Flamingo chef, show us what you got with cocktails and dishes that hit the sweet spot.
Hey everybody, Bill the Kansas Flamingo chef, and I am coming at you from my kitchen here during Mardi Gras with mustard cream sauce Cajun pork. Oh man. As we continue our Mardi Gras foods, I got my Mardi Gras drink, a little hurricane going on here. If you don't know how to make one of these, I've got an old video, I think it's from last year, it might be 2 years ago, but I'm going to do another one here in a bit when I make another drink. Now, if you notice, my hurricane isn't bright red. You can make it more red if you want to, but these are the flavors that are supposed to be here. Now let's talk about this pork. Obviously, we got to have pork. This is just pork loin that I've cut into chops. So I'm going to make 2 pieces, but you can cut these as thick or thin as you want. The thing is, the more thick you cut them, the longer they're going to take to cook. Just keep that in mind. Okay? Or you can buy them already cut if you're that kind of person. We're going to need some white wine. Now, I picked this up yesterday at the local liquor store because I'm not going to drink it. I'm going to cook with it. But this was $3. It's called Liberty Creek American Chardonnay. I'm going to try it just to see what it tastes like. But honestly, I don't care because I'm using it as cooking wine. Chicken broth, we're going to need some of that. Heavy whipping cream or heavy cream, depending on how you want to mention it. I've got some horseradish. I've got Creole seasoning. I've got capers. If you're not familiar with capers, you can get these in any grocery store. You can see these came from the local Wally World, and they're just little beads in there, but they add a lot of flavor. We're going to need some salt, pepper, and garlic. Kinder's what I'm using. Butter. An onion. A lemon. And then you're going to need some Dijon mustard. Now you can use just Grey Poupon or any Dijon you want. I'm actually using this stuff from Aldi. The reason is I like the honey that it adds to it, and I also like the stone ground. If you want it smooth, just use Grey Poupon. Works fine. Last but not least, this is a local seasoning that I really like. It's really designed to go into Cajun food, especially jambalaya, etouffee, but it's wonderful on this pork. So we're going to use some of that. This is a 1-pan dish. You only need 1 big saute pan and a lid. Let's do this. As my pan's heating up, I'm going to throw a little butter in there and just start to melt that down. That's about a tablespoon of butter, and I might add another half here in a moment. I've got the pork sitting here. I said I was going to do 2. I decided to do 3. All I'm going to do to this is just sprinkle some Cajun seasoning on here on both sides. As simple a prep as you can possibly do. And then I'm going to hit it with a little of the salt, pepper, and garlic the same way. That's just letting those flavors kind of meld in before it goes into the pan. Now, because I'm using this 3rd seasoning, I'm going to go ahead and do that with it as well. But again, use seasonings that you enjoy. Don't feel like you have to do exactly what I'm doing. I do highly recommend the first 2. You're going to want the flavor to come out. I've cut a wedge out of the onion here. Not a whole lot, as you can see. I'm going to chop that up fine and go ahead and lay that on my butter. I want to clarify these onions, which will only take a couple of minutes. In that butter. I'm going to add a little more butter on top of that, about another tablespoon. By the way, that's all the onion we're going to use for this. My pan is on medium high, and once that butter is almost completely melted, I'm going to take a half of a lemon and just juice it right into the pan. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put the pork in. Now if you want to use tongs, go ahead, that's fine. But my hands are clean. And I'm going to add about a teaspoon of horseradish directly into that pan. And then we're going to throw in some capers with the liquid. And as far as however many you like, quite frankly, but that's about enough. After you've added the capers and the lemon, this is going to get aromatic very quickly. Go ahead and kind of work it around and turn the pork over. And that liquid's going to subside real quick. So that's when you're going to add the other half of the lemon. I've just flipped the pork again. You can see the sauce, the liquid is almost completely gone. We're going to take the pork out. It's done about 2/3 of the way. We're going to set it aside, and then we're going to build the sauce, put the pork back in to finish it. First thing first, we're going to add a couple more tablespoons of butter. Also going to bring the heat down just a little bit. Let that butter start to melt. And then we're going to deglaze the pan with some white wine. It's probably a good time to see how this tastes too. Doesn't look bad. It's pretty empty. All right, we just want to put enough in here to cover the bottom of the pan. And then work that around, let it deglaze. If you're not familiar with that term, that means you're using the wine to pull everything off the pan that's stuck to it. We're going to bring the heat back up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit of stock. It doesn't take a lot. Probably about the same amount as you did with the wine, or maybe just a little more. Mix that in. Bring that heat all the way up and let that come to a boil before we do anything else. It only takes a minute to come to a boil like it's doing now. Move it around just a little bit. Make sure everything blends together well. Once you've got a pretty decent little boil going on, we're going to load this thing up with some heavy cream. And then we're going to bring that back to a boil. Now, it only took a minute for this to reach a boil. What I want to happen now is I want this to reduce by half. So you're going to have to keep working it. Don't let it overflow. It's going to take at least 5 to 6 minutes. But the idea is to let a lot of that liquid out of there so that reduces to a thick sauce. Then we'll add the mustard. All right, it's been about 4 minutes. You can see this is greatly reduced. And getting that nice yellow color going on there. So at this point, I'm going to add my mustard. Now, there's a lot of schools of thought on this. I'm of the school that you whisk as you go. So what I'm going to do is just start squeezing mustard in here and using a whisk to bring it together. And how much mustard really depends on how much flavor you want. As you see, it gets thicker real fast. So we're going to turn the heat way down to low, and we're going to put our pork back in here. Move this around. And then I'm going to cover this and let it simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how done you want the pork to be. After you let this cook, there it is. Now, if your sauce does break, and it can happen, all you got to do is add a little more cream to smooth that out. But I know the balance. So, all right. So I'm going to serve that with some dirty rice. And if you don't know how to make dirty rice, you should really watch the video I did yesterday. And there it is. That's the finished product. Now you notice I sliced it before I plated it up. I just think it looks better that way, but you don't have to. You can set the whole pork chop on there. That is a great meal. If you'd like to see more of this kind of cooking, all you got to do is drop me a line, bill@kansasflamingochef.com. Comment on this video, like, share, and subscribe. It really does help. Happy Mardi Gras. Give it a try. I'll see you on the next one. Eat fabulous.